Lucifer Morningstar versus Superman. Be honest, who are you putting your money on? We all know Superman is the symbol of strength, hope, and raw power. We've seen him move planets and survive supernovas. But Lucifer Morningstar, once helped shape the entirety of DC's creation. So the real question is, can physical strength, no matter how immense, even compete with the power to literally create and uncreate reality itself? This isn't just a fight. It's a fundamental clash of concepts. Let's break down the sheer scale of what we're dealing with. When we talk about Superman, we're talking about the pinnacle of physical might. In his strongest forms, like Superman Prime 1 million or Cosmic Armor Superman, he's a force of nature. Cosmic Armor Superman, for example, is a living story, a conceptual being designed to defend all of existence from the ultimate threat. He exists on a higher narrative plane and has shown resistance to reality-warping attacks. He's basically DC's ultimate defense mechanism, powered by plot itself. He's faced down threats that could erase timelines and has stood tall. His strength is, for all intents and purposes, limitless when the story needs it to be. He's the hero who always finds a way. But then, we look at Lucifer. He isn't just in the story. He's one of its original authors. Alongside his brother Michael, he used the demiurgic power to forge the DC multiverse from the raw void under the guidance of the Presence. We're not talking about manipulating energy or matter. We're talking about spinning up the very concepts of time, space, and reality from absolute nothingness. His power isn't about punching hard. It's about will. The Lightbringer's will is a fundamental law of the universe. If he wills something to be, it is. If he wills it to not be, it ceases to exist. He once created his own, separate creation outside of his father's, just to prove a point. Think about that. He built a whole new multiverse, a place with its own physics, its own life, its own destiny. So how does a fight even begin? Superman could fly at Lucifer at infinite speeds, ready to deliver a punch that could shatter galaxies. And what would Lucifer do? He wouldn't even need to brace for impact. With a thought, he could decide that the concept of speed no longer applies to Superman. Or that the fist Superman is about to hit him with is now a bouquet of flowers. Or more likely, he'd simply decide that Superman never existed in the first place. This isn't an exaggeration of his powers, it's the baseline of what he's capable of. He plays with the source code of reality. Superman, even in his most powerful forms, is still largely operating within that code. Let's consider their best feats. Superman Prime 1 million bathed in the sun for 15,000 years, gaining godlike abilities. He could create life and had powers far beyond any normal Kryptonian. He's a powerhouse, no doubt. But Lucifer has faced off against beings that dwarf that level of power. He's outsmarted ancient, endless entities and has manipulated cosmic forces that govern all of existence. His battles are not fought with fists, but with intellect, will, and metaphysical authority. He once survived the destruction of his father's entire creation and was completely unfazed. His very existence is on a plane that is simply beyond the physical. Now, the interesting wildcard is Cosmic Armor Superman, the thought robot. This version of Superman is a conceptual being, built to adapt to and defeat any narrative threat. He's literally made of story. His power is to be the hero that wins against the ultimate evil. So, could he adapt to Lucifer? This is where it gets tricky. The thought robot was designed to fight Mandrake, a cosmic vampire who feeds on stories. It was a conceptual battle, and Superman won. However, Lucifer isn't just a character or a threat within the story. He's a co-creator of the very canvas the story is painted on. It's like a character in a book trying to fight the author. The character might be infinitely strong within the book's pages, but the author exists outside of it and holds the pen. Lucifer's greatest weapons are his nigh-omniscient intellect and his indomitable will. He can perceive the deepest desires and flaws in any being. He wouldn't try to overpower Superman physically. That's not his style. He would deconstruct him. He would talk to him. He'd find the philosophical cracks in Superman's own heroic identity. He might ask him, "Why do you even bother?" This universe you protect, I built it on a whim. Your entire struggle is a footnote in a book I helped write. What does your strength mean here? You would dismantle the very idea of Superman until Clark Kent was left questioning his own purpose. Against a being like Lucifer, a physical fight is the last thing you have to worry about. It's the philosophical and existential battle that you've already lost the moment it began. So, let's put them in a ring. The bell dings. Superman, in his most powerful form, unleashes his full potential. He's moving faster than time, hitting with the force of 1,000,000 exploding suns. Lucifer might just stand there, a slight, knowing smile on his face. He might let the first punch land just to see what it feels like, before erasing the very concept of impact from existence. Or he might simply turn to the audience, to us, and say, "And for my next trick," before turning the Man of Steel into a philosophical question. In the hierarchy of DC's cosmic beings, Lucifer stands near the absolute top, just below the presence. Most versions of Superman, for all their incredible power, are players on the board. Lucifer is one of the beings who designed the board, created the pieces, and wrote the rules. So when you ask who wins, be honest, strength is an amazing thing. But it's hard to punch an idea, especially when that idea is the one that created the universe you live in. It's an absolute outclassing. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think? Is there any version of Superman that could actually pose a challenge? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you in the next one.